In this video, Timmy's going to show you how to transfer files from a Windows computer to a Chromebook. And there are actually quite a few different ways that you can do this. If the Windows computer and the Chromebook are both connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and you just want to easily send a few files across, the easiest option will be to use a website called snapdrop.net. This will allow you to send files directly from your Windows computer to your Chromebook using your local Wi-Fi network. So the files will never actually need to go through the internet, meaning they should transfer quite quickly, even if you have a slow internet connection. And if you have a limited data plan for your internet, you won't need to worry, because this actually won't use any of your data, because the files are never leaving your local network. All you need to do is open up a browser and go to snapdrop.net on both computers. So on this Windows computer here, we'll use Microsoft Edge. Doesn't matter which browser you use, but that's what's on here. And we'll go to snapdrop.net and we'll load up that website. So we're ready to go on the Windows computer. And then on the Chromebook, we'll come over and do the same thing. We'll go into Google Chrome and go to snapdrop.net and press enter there. And now, once you load up the website on both computers, because they're both on the same Wi-Fi network, you should see the icons for the other computer on each computer. So on the Windows computer, it assigns every device a weird name. So it's calling the Chromebook Indigo Leopard, but we can see it's Chromium OS Chrome, so we know that's the Chromebook. And over here on the Chromebook can see, Timmy's not even going to try to read that word, but it's something. And we can see that is Windows, so we know that's the Windows computer. So we can now see both of these computers here. So to transfer a file from this computer to the Chromebook, we'll come over to the Windows computer again and click on the Chromebook here. So we know this is the Chromebook, so we'll click here on the Chromebook. And now it will just pull up a Files app window, and you can choose any file that you want to transfer over to the Chromebook. So we'll come to the desktop folder because that's where Timmy's files are, but you can find your files wherever they are. And then you'll just choose any file you want to transfer. Maybe we'll just go with this picture for a demonstration, and you'll double click on it. And now you'll see there's already the progress here of it transferring. And now it might take a while for it to transfer. So if it's quite a large file, you might need to look at that for a little bit. But once it's transferred, it'll pop up on the Chromebook screen and you'll see the file here. And now all you need to do is click the Save button on the Chromebook, and it will save this transferred file into the Downloads folder on your Chromebook. So now you can pull up the Files app and go into the Downloads folder, and this file that we transferred from the Windows computer is now here on the Chromebook. As simple as that. And that's all there is to it. The file has now been transferred from your Windows computer to your Chromebook. The file will still be on the Windows computer as well as the Chromebook, but you can now go and delete the file from the Windows computer if you want to, and then it will just be on the Chromebook. So that's a really quick and easy way to transfer a file, but it's not perfect for every situation. If you have a lot of files to transfer, it's probably going to be a bit annoying transferring them one at a time, because you'd have to click on this icon for every file you want to transfer and select every file individually. So that's not really ideal. And if you have a really large file to transfer, it might take a while to transfer over Wi-Fi like this. You can still give it a go, but some really large files might be a bit slow. So if you have a lot of files or really large files, your best option is still going to be to use a physical drive, like a flash drive or external hard drive. With this method, you'll physically plug the drive into the Windows computer and transfer the files onto the drive. Then you'll unplug it and plug it into the Chromebook and transfer the files back onto the Chromebook. This way, you'll be able to transfer large amounts of data a lot faster because the files are transferring through a physical connection rather than Wi-Fi. All you need to do is plug the flash drive or external hard drive into the Windows computer, and for some computers you might need a USB-C to USB-A adapter if the Windows computer only has USB-C ports, but then whether or not you need that, you'll just need to plug the drive into the Windows computer somehow, like that, and then you'll need to open up the Files app on the Windows computer, and you should see the drive somewhere down here. It might not be named Extreme Pro, it would probably be named something else, but you'll click on it down here, whatever it says, and as we can see here, it's empty because there's nothing on it, but now we need to transfer all of the files we want to transfer to the Chromebook onto this drive here. So all of the files Timmy is transferring are on the desktop, so we'll come in here, but you could go into any folder on your Windows computer where the files are, and then you need to select any file you want to transfer. And there's lots of different ways you could do that. You could just click and drag files individually if it's only a few files. So if we want to transfer this one across, we'll just click and drag and drop it down there, and it'll transfer across like that. Or if you want to be a bit fancier and do it in bulk, you could click one, hold down Control, and click several like that. And then you could transfer all of those by dragging them all across at once. Or if you want to transfer this big long line, the easiest option is probably to select one, and then hold down the Shift key and select the bottom. And now all of these files will be selected. And then we can just click and drag one of them and drop it in, and all the rest will follow. And if you have a large enough file you're transferring, or multiple smaller files, you'll get this progress bar, so you can see the progress of it transferring the files. Sometimes, if it's a small file, it might happen so quickly you won't even see this, but because we've selected quite a few files, we can see the progress here. And it's about halfway done, so we'll just wait a little bit longer for that to finish transferring. And it's done. So now, if we click on the external drive here, we can see we've put all of these files on it. And you can also drag folders across with all the files inside them just the same. So if we wanted to transfer this folder across, we would click and drag the folder, and just drag it across and drop it in there. And we'll see the progress for a while it's transferring, but once that finishes, that folder will now be copied to this drive, and all the files inside it will be there. So we'll wait for that to complete once again. And now that's finished. So if we go back to the external drive, we'll see we have this folder here. And if we go inside it, the files that were inside the folder before are still in here now. So if you have a massive folder full of files that you want to transfer from your Windows computer to your Chromebook, using a physical drive like this is going to be by far the easiest way to do it. But one thing you should be aware of is the flash drive or hard drive size. If you're transferring a lot of files across, you might end up running out of space on your external drive and end up getting a message like this saying there's not enough space. If that happens to you, you'll need to transfer the files in separate chunks. So you put as many files as you possibly can on the drive, then you'll plug it into the Chromebook and transfer all those files onto the Chromebook, then delete all the files off the flash drive and plug it back into the Windows computer, and transfer another batch of files onto the flash drive, as many as you can, and you just repeat that process until you've done as many trips as you need to transfer all the files across to the computer. A bit like if you're moving house and the truck isn't big enough to hold all of your stuff. But hopefully all the files you want to transfer will just fit on the one drive all at once, and in this case they all fit very nicely, so that's fine. And that's all you need to do on the Windows computer. So we'll click on this arrow on the bottom bar and click on this little flash drive button and click eject USB flash drive just to make sure we eject it safely, and then you'll unplug it from the Windows computer. And now you're ready to go ahead and plug it into your Chromebook and transfer all of these files from the flash drive or hard drive onto your Chromebook. To do that, you just need to plug the flash drive or external hard drive into your Chromebook, and once again, on some Chromebooks you might need a USB-C to USB-A adapter if your Chromebook does not have a USB-A port, but Timmy's Chromebook does have a USB-A port actually, so Timmy can just plug it in directly. But if you need an adapter, you might need to plug the flash drive into the adapter and then plug the adapter into the Chromebook. But however you connect a flash drive to your Chromebook, Timmy actually has an entire video about using flash drives on a Chromebook. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go and watch that video and then you'll know a bit more about it. But basically for this tutorial, all you need to do is plug the flash drive in and then open up the Files app on your Chromebook, and you should see the flash drive in this menu here. And if you click on it, you'll see all of the files that are on the flash drive. So now you can just go ahead and transfer these files to any folder on your Chromebook you like. So Timmy's just going to put them in the My Files folder, but you could put them in another folder inside here or in Google Drive or something. So you just need to select all the files you want to transfer, and you probably want to transfer all of these files because these are the ones you put on the flash drive. So if that's the case, the easiest thing to do is just press Ctrl-A on your keyboard and that will select them all. But you can use other methods to select specific files if you only wanted to transfer specific files. And then you'll just click and drag and drop the files into the folder on your Chromebook where you want to put them. And it might take a while, so we'll see this progress here. It says 7 seconds remaining. So it'll take a few more seconds to finish transferring all of the files onto the Chromebook, but that is now complete. So now we can go to the My Files folder, which is where we dragged all the files to, and all the files are here. All of the loose files are just sitting here like this, and you can now open them and do whatever you want with them. And there's also this folder here that was on the flash drive with some folders, with some files inside it. And that's all there is to it. All of these many large files have now been transferred from the Windows computer onto the Chromebook using this flash drive. And now, once you've done that, you can delete all the files from the flash drive if you want to, or you can just leave them here as a backup if you want to, if you don't need the flash drive for anything else. So that's really up to you. And then you can click the eject button next to the flash drive and pull the flash drive out. And now you have all of the files saved to your Chromebook. And you can also now delete the files from the Windows computer if you want to, because the files are all safely stored on the Chromebook. And the last and final method Timmy's going to talk about is Google Drive. You can use Google Drive to transfer files in a similar way that you would use a flash drive. You just upload them to Google Drive from the Windows computer and then download them from Google Drive on the Chromebook. When you upload files to Google Drive, you will be uploading them through your internet connection, and then to download them to your Chromebook, you'll be downloading them through your internet connection. So if you have a lot of large files, this is probably not the best method because you're uploading and downloading the files, and that could take quite a long time. And if you have a limited data plan, it could actually use up a fair chunk of your data allowance. And a free Google Drive account has a limit of 15 gigabytes of files that it can have on there at any one time. So similarly to a flash drive, you might end up needing to transfer files in multiple different chunks. So you upload one chunk, download it, then delete it, upload another chunk, and so on. But if you just have a few photos or a few documents or something like that, or if the two computers are in a different physical location where they actually can't be on the same Wi-Fi network, so you need to transfer the files over the internet, Google Drive can still be a pretty good option. All you need to do is go to drive.google.com on any browser on the Windows computer, and you will need to sign in with a Google account if you haven't already. And if you have multiple Google accounts, you'll ideally want to sign into the Google account that you use on your Chromebook. That way, you'll just upload the files, and when you pull it up on your Chromebook, they'll automatically be there. If your Windows computer has a different Google account on it to the Chromebook Google account, that's okay. You can share the files if you want to, and it'll work. And Timmy has another video on how you can share files in Google Drive, but it will be easier if both computers are using the same Google account. And now, once you're in Google Drive, you'll just need to click on the New button here, and now you can choose either File Upload or Folder Upload. So, if you have an entire folder with lots of files inside it, you can click Folder Upload and just upload that entire folder and everything inside it all at once. If it's a lot of files, it will be a bit slow to upload, but at least you don't have to choose each file one at a time. It'll all do it automatically, and you can just sit back and wait for it to finish. But for this example, Timmy's just going to click File Upload and choose a basic file. We might go with maybe this JPEG here. So we'll double click on that file. And now you'll see the progress of the file uploading here. And you just need to wait for that to finish. And the upload is complete. So now this file has been uploaded to Google Drive. And if you wanted to upload any more files, you could click New again and upload some more. But Timmy's just going to leave it at that one file for this demonstration. And now you're ready to go and download the file onto your Chromebook. So to do that, you could open up Google Chrome and go to drive.google.com in Google Chrome. But you actually don't need to, because the Chromebook Files app has Google Drive attached to it right here. So assuming you uploaded the files to the same Google account that you use on your Chromebook, you can just click on Google Drive here, and you'll see all of your Google Drive files. So the file we uploaded to Google Drive from the Windows computer has just automatically appeared right here. And if you want to, you could actually just be done. You could just leave these files on Google Drive here, and whenever you need to access it, as long as you have an internet connection, you can just click on Google Drive and find the file in Google Drive here. So that's what you can do if you want to, but if you prefer to have your files stored actually on your Chromebook, you can just click and drag the file and drop it in Downloads or something anywhere you want. And it might take a moment to download, but it's already completed. So now, if we go to Downloads, the file is now in here, and that's all there is to it. You can just pull up the files and drag them across onto your Chromebook if you want to, or leave them in Google Drive if you want to. If you uploaded the files to a different Google account that is not the Google account you use on your Chromebook, you will not see the files in My Drive here, because this is just My Drive for this account. So if that's the case, you'll have to go back to the Google account on the Windows computer and share the file with this account. And then the file should appear in Shared with Me here. And if you do that, you'll probably want to come in here afterwards and just click and drag the file and drop it into Downloads or something to save the file to your Chromebook, because otherwise it's kind of never really in your account and you can never really access it properly. It's just shared with you, so it's best to do that. But once you've done that, if you needed to do that, you're all done. And that's all there is to it. Those are the three main methods Timmy would recommend for you to transfer files from a Windows computer to a Chromebook. There are other options. You could use any other cloud storage service, or if you have a really small file, you could email them, or you could use another tool similar to Snapdrop to just transfer it over your local network like that. Or if you felt like getting really advanced, you could set up a Windows file share, but that's a bit more complicated. But these are the three main methods that Timmy finds to be most practical and easy to use. But that's all there is to this video, so hopefully you found it helpful. And if you want to learn all about managing and using files on your Chromebook, Timmy has an extensive video about that right here.